Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to 3LG. My name is Daria Green. I welcome you to PDL13, entitled Loving Without Conditions. Before we get started into any video, you know what I like to do. So let's go ahead and do it. And today we'll be saying the Our Father's Prayer, which is the Lord's Prayer, collectively, together. So let's go ahead and do that so we can all be on the same page, okay? Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. All righty, so we are on one accord, and I'm so glad you all stopped in on this blessed Saturday. It's a lot going on. I just want to say to all bereaved families, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Sorry that this is a time that you have to experience, but it's something we all gonna one day have to experience if we haven't already. To people that's going through all kinds of trauma, and just the country in a whole, we're just going through a lot right now, and I'm just asking for all prayer warriors to do your thing, because we need it. We need it. And if you don't know anything about prayer, I hope you soon learn, okay? Because it's needed, and it's needed from all of us. When we pray like that collectively, you just don't know the power of prayer, honey. And know that God is able, because he can do anything when you trust in him. So let's go ahead and get into this PDL, purposely driven life experience here. Many times we are not fully aware about love and its conditions. When you love, I mean, really love a thing or a person, is beyond conditions. Okay? When we love with conditions, let me tell you, it's not truly love. The main thing, the main question that needs to be asked, are we loving the right things? First of all, as a people, we have godly love for other people. I mean, that's just something that should naturally become of you, okay? Supposedly. We don't have to like how a person behaves, but we must love them, okay? Just human nature, okay? Being a child of God or creation of God, the love should be there. Even if we don't like how a person is, don't like how a person carry themselves, the love of a person should still be there, okay? As a saved people, these are people that are committed to Christ. We must love without these conditions that we see from day to day, okay? Let's make it clear. And the reason why we need clarity, because a lot of times people get things twisted, and there's no one to really explain it to them, or they feel a certain kind of way about asking. So it's good for people to have a place where they can feel comfortable. If they can't go to a particular person, there's a comfortable place that they're able to learn different things about life and the Christian journey, and you know how to cope with things that you hit with every day. Loving, the first one we're gonna clarify and get to the nitty gritty about, is loving ourselves. not in a boastful way, but in a thankful way. We should never, ever be ashamed of God's natural design of us as individuals. Sometimes we are. Many times we alter God's design by surgeries, over or under eating, poor diets, and often neglect. Once it's altered, that is no longer God's design. It's an altered design. That, what I'm saying is sometimes we, like our body frame, our natural design is one way, but the things that we do growing, we change it. We alter God's natural design. And that's what I mean by with surgeries or poor diet or eating too much or not eating enough. So with doing these things and then not being safe, when we're intimate, and not going in divine order, we destroy what's was naturally designed by God. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. We can have fun with his design, but when we permanently or constantly alter it, that's having conditions. Okay, and we ought to love ourselves without any additives at all, just having pure love for how God designed you. We need that. Okay? Any little extra thing that you do, that's just an extra, honey, but you got to believe that God's design of you was on purpose, not a mistake. Because a lot of times we get that twisted. That's what be wrong with a lot of people. When you love yourself unconditionally, you automatically love all of you. And you thank God every day for every inch of you. All of us are born with a birthmark, past, from when we was born. And every last one of us, whether you believe it or not, is born with a deformity, a birth defect. Some of it is visual, where others can see, and you can see off the bat, and some of it, is in places where you can't. So we all are unique in our own way. Like you have, when I say the deformity, a birth defect, a birthmark is something on your body that was there between you being born. Okay, it come on your body between you being born. Birth defect is something that was either hereditary or something went wrong or just you were just born that way. Birth defect, okay? A birth defect is more like you have one breast bigger than the other. One side of your body is heavier than the other. One foot is this way. One finger may be longer than that same finger on the opposite hand. One ear might be a little higher up than the other. One eye, could be, whatever. It's something that's a birth defect with everyone. No one is born 100% perfect from head to toe. No one. So understand that your design is beautiful. God made you. And any little imperfection that you have is God's design. He allowed that to happen. And it's for a reason. We can't see the reason off the gate, but in the long haul, God know what he was doing. Okay? Trust and believe. We can try to correct some of these things, these birth defects, but it's always, because not tradition. These new technology that's out there can help you to a degree, but it's always a repeat thing. Like you try to correct it one time, then down the road a little bit, something else happens, and you got to go in there and do something again. When you alter God's design, these are the type of things that will happen. You know, we all, like I said, we have birthmarks. We all have um, fingerprints that are different. You know, we everything. Every person is totally different in one way or another, and that's what makes us unique. Okay, it is all part of God's plan. Like me myself, I was born with an eye defect, which caused me, and it was hereditary of paternal of my father's side, paternal side, which led me to have to wear glasses all my life. I've been wearing glasses since I was 2 or 3 years old. So it's just like natural to me to, I love my glasses and I have to have them. So yes, I've had a procedure done in 91, and now is to the point where I need it done again because I altered God's natural design. I mean, if you want to do it, but I'm just saying, don't think you're gonna do something one time, bam, it's perfect. No, something else is gonna happen because we altering what God designed. So that's all I'm saying. Sometimes we think we can correct things and try to alter God's design and think it's okay, but we end up, it's going to be a never ending thing. You're going to have to always keep going back, doing this to it. Something else is going to happen. Something else might trigger a response because you mess with that. That's what I'm saying. When you alter God's design, those type of things will happen. Um, the next thing, loving our spouse without conditions. Okay? Not your boo thing, not your girlfriend, not your boyfriend, your spouse. Okay? That's in divine order, is what I'm saying. It's hard to love somebody without conditions, but this is the correct way we're supposed to do things. When you love within a marriage that's before God, that love is supposed to be without conditions. When you love with conditions, that's why it's easy for you to walk away from a thing. Okay? I know because I've done it. You know what I mean? I love with conditions and didn't really understand the vows that I took and how much that disappointed God. It's to death do you part, not death till you get tired, not death till you find something better. No, to death do you part. But of course, immorality and battery causes a hardening of hearts, which divorce is allowed, but it's frowned upon. And that does not give you the green light to go get hitched again. But every situation is different. So that's something you have to go to God on. But your first thing you got to remember is have someone that's evenly yoked, okay? And make sure that you loving past somebody's flaws, loving past injuries, handicaps, disabilities, because beauty on any level, it will not last forever. So you got to realize you're going to get old one day. Your spouse going to get old one day. So you got to be able to stand the test of time, okay? Realizing that you yourself ain't all that. So how you going to expect your mate to be all that? That's not reality. Don't love with conditions because that's built on something false, okay? And that is the main reason why I was able to walk away from mine. because it wasn't built on nothing. And it's just had too many conditions on both sides, so that's why it ended the way it ended and so quickly. And I tell you this, I may never, ever, ever find true love in this lifetime, but the love that God showers upon my life, I know how now how to love someone unconditionally the way God loves me. Okay? And I'm going to tell you, don't let other people speak for you. Don't let other people push you up to do something that you ain't ready for. And it don't matter because you may have went out of divine order and got pregnant. You don't marry somebody because you got pregnant. You don't marry a woman because you done knocked her up. What you're going to do is be there. Support financially. I mean, this ain't no counseling session, but I'm just saying, I've learned from my mistakes, and I just pray to God that this mindset has to be renewed. How you think of a thing has to change if you're not headed in the right direction, because you're going to always try to love somebody with conditions, and you should never love somebody because of conditions, because it's not built on a good foundation, and it will crumble. And you got to know that when things crumble and get torn apart, do you have somebody that's going to ride till the wheels fall off and be able to be there to pick up the pieces when things start erupting? So if you're dealing with somebody and you know that's not longevity, their mind is not there with that, why are you there? So remember that if you love yourself enough, you won't even allow that. If I would have known what I know now, then things would have been a whole lot different. But I can't cry over spilled milk. I got to press forward, and that's what we have to do. Never compromise your spirit. Yeah, opposites may attract, but your spirit knows off the bat if that person is good for you or not. Often we slap that spirit because, we thinking with the flesh. But I'm telling you, then we wonder why our relationships are in shambles. That is why. So, like I said, if you love yourself enough, and you loving somebody unconditionally, things will be different. Things will be a whole lot different. And it works both ways. Okay? Because I'm telling you, it's deep. I'm telling you, you got to love past the hurt. Love past the pain. I get it now. God knows I do. I really do. And I love hard. I really do. And I know now how to love without conditions. Okay? I might not tolerate certain behavior, and that's from no one. But that doesn't have nothing to do with the love that I have for a person. Okay? And that is the truth. I don't want no hurt, harm, or danger to come to no one. And that's important that you realize that, okay? Moving to the next thing. Loving your children without conditions. Most of us do, no matter what them kids do, how far they travel away, we are always there. And those children may be mad, can't stand us for a while, but they always, well, I ain't gonna say always, they generally come back. It might be a year from now, might be 5 years from now, might be 20 years from now, maybe even 50. But they'll come back. They'll come back. You know why? Because that's that unconditional love and that bond. Yeah, we may be mad a while. The children may be mad a while, but the love that's there will never change, and it'll always cause you to be magnetically drawn back to one another. That's just that's just how it is. We love when we have our children. We love them without conditions, because you know they do some things just as we did it when we were children. So you got to understand, you was a child before. I understand, and a lot of things they got to learn on their own. But we as parents always love our kids. Okay? Next thing, loving your parents without conditions is a must. The Bible states to honor thy father and mother, and your days shall be longer. You can find it worded differently, but meaning the same thing, different places in the Bible. Deuteronomy, 5th chapter, verse 16. Exodus, 20 chapter, the 12th verse. And Ephesians, the 6th chapter, the 2nd and the 3rd verse. Okay? It'll tell you about that. A quick way to shorten your days up is to disrespect your parents. Now, it's facts that you may not can't obey everything that they tell you when you get grown. And you might can't take every bit of advice that is given, but you still must respect them. Okay? It's a way that you talk. It's a way that you handle yourself around them. And it's a way that you conduct yourself and speak on them in and out of their presence. Respect, I'm telling you, okay? When your parents are dead and gone, it's too late for respect then. It's too late to wrong your right. It's too late to try to embrace them. You got to love on them while you still have them. Show them how much you appreciate them for giving you life, if nothing else. Take them out once a month and do something special for them. Because God knows I don't have my parents. But if you have yours, one of them, both of them, do something special for them. Do something special for them. An older person ain't got no business doing all the reaching out. Because they have done their work. They have raised their children. Okay? They don't have to raise yours. You're the younger person. You should be reaching out to your parents, to your grandparents. Because if you're not teaching this, the respect is lost. You cannot expect the respect to go down the line when you ain't doing it yourself. That's all I'm saying. Respect your parents. Because whether you agree or disagree with them, they gave you life. And ain't nobody going to do you like your parents. Okay? And you'll see that once they're dead and gone, honey. You could talk and whatever, but you will definitely find out that ain't nobody like mom and daddy. Okay? And my parents, like I said, are dead and gone. One I've never met, but I still honor both of them because they gave me life. Because had they not got together, it would be no me. And I love me. So I honor my parents just for life itself. Mean as Alicia James Lewis was to me, and all the hills we had to climb, I still love her and I still honor her because she was mama. Okay? You do not honor your parents only if they do stuff for you, or only if they agree with everything you do, only if they be there for you when at your beck and whim. No. When you love with no conditions, you're going to always be there, regardless if you disagree. You got to know how to disagree and still have love. Okay? Like I said, my mom didn't get to see me as an adult, nor more or less a mother. Um, she felt that, because right before she died, she had went blind, but she felt that I was with child, and she told me that's what made me go get checked, and I was, but I lost that baby the day of her funeral. So anyway, they have that intuition; they can tell. But my mom didn't get to see me, as a parent, and that's something that I wonder about a lot. So if you have a parent or grandparent, please just show them some love while they're still here, because when they're gone, they're gone. I can't tell you that enough. Last, but certainly not least, loving on God without conditions. When you love God, it's not because of what he can do for you or what he has done or what you think he gonna do later. You got to know who God is to you, what God is to you, and just what he's capable of. And that's period. You got to love him. You got to pray to him. You go to him for help. You go to him to give him thanks, and you go to him for forgiveness. When you love God unconditionally, you love him with everything in you. You get saved. You gradually kick these habits. You get delivered from abominations. You praise him during troublesome times, not just good times. You trust in him when you won't trust in nobody else. Not your man, your woman, your parents, your grandparents, your friend, nor your spouse. You got to trust God. God comes before all of that. Trust in him. Okay? Have faith in his word. Okay? And you got to believe in the power of prayer. And never, ever, ever be ashamed to be connected to him. Because there's a lot of people that they save, but they won't admit that in front of nobody. And then you got some people that's all they say up and down. Oh, I'm saved, I'm saved, I'm saved. But you can't tell it in them actions that they doing. They conniving, they underhanded, they just batter people. No. There ain't nothing wrong. The truth is welcome now, because that's me. Now I'm going to speak truth on you. Yes, sir. I'm not hiding that. But I'm not going to go out and deliberately hurt nobody or nothing like that. I would never deliberately hurt no one. And I don't care if you don't like me. I'm not going to just batter you. But the truth is welcome now. So it's a difference. But I would never try to just hurt somebody just to be hurting them and I'm saved. No. No, I don't do everything right, because none of us are perfect. But you got to put that best foot forward. And God can tell if you putting that best foot forward. And he know when you ain't even trying, you just checking the box. I'm saved. Because you better check yourself, baby, because you might not be. Okay? So that mind got to be renewed when you decide to commit to God. Okay? Please don't, all I can tell you is please don't wait too long to give God your heart, your mind, your body, and your soul, because tomorrow isn't promised. Serve your purposely driven life every day, because you may not wake up in the morning. You might die before you even go to bed tonight. We don't know. Nobody don't like to think about it, but I'm being real. Love without conditions. Love with the love of God. Don't love expecting things in return. Love past the pain and the hurt. Love beyond your ego and bragging. Realize that good looks and banging bodies don't last forever. And are you with somebody that's a ride or die? Or somebody that just temporarily with you until they find better? You better check that. Okay? Love past disabilities, injuries, and hurt. Because anything can happen. You can go out there and get in a wreck and lose your legs. Are you with somebody that attend to you, tend to your household? Or you with somebody that a haul boogie if something like that happen? Because they ain't built like that. Don't waste your time dealing with somebody that is not there for longevity. And if you're there for longevity, let's get some papers involved. Okay? You don't have to have a big wedding or nothing like that. Wasting money like I did. Many people have. Go ahead. People say, oh, it's just a piece of paper. It's a piece of paper that you need. I ain't condemning nobody, but I'm just trying to tell you, don't go down a road that God has been trying to prevent you from going down. If you ain't ready, you ain't ready. Okay? And if you can't get past certain issues about somebody and life changes that may occur, you don't need to be dealing with that person if that person ain't built like that. Okay? Love is pure, but it ain't always easy. We have to forgive, have trust, have compassion, respect, and have humility when you love unconditionally. I'm just here to tell you. Point blank. Life is too short, first of all, to be out here hurting people, killing people, causing peace to be broken. And it's too short to be hopping in these sheets, in those covers, in those blankets, and you not be committed. Commit your mind to God, and how you think about stuff will be a whole lot different. Stop worrying about how rich you can get. Stop worrying about finding the perfect man, finding the perfect woman. When time permits, when God put his finger on something for you, it's going to be for you. And it don't matter what. Yeah, we have fun. You might do this and do that and, whatever, and win a little something here and there. But don't wrap your whole mindset and your goals towards being rich and famous and having all of this and all of that, because that's not bringing you peace, and it sure ain't giving you heaven when this life is over. Trust me. All that what you having fun with now, that's your fun. That's your gift. That's your prize. But it ain't gonna help you when this world is over. So think about that when you choose your lifelong partner. And stop holding grudges. Stop being angry. No, you don't have to tolerate stuff, because I'm like that. I ain't tolerating a whole lot. But I still love you. And I'm not gonna think not one time, am I gonna find Mr. Right? Because if God want me to find him, he gonna fall in my lap. Trust me with it. Because anything I go out there seeking for, it ain't gonna be no good. It ain't gonna be no good. And if I don't never deal with another person, the few time I got left, it's okay. Because I've had my run. So I'm good. And I thank God for loving on me and protecting me and keeping me safe from hurt, harm, or danger. And I pray that he does the same thing for you. Stay focused. And as Pastor Frazier say, stay connected. Please come back for PDL13 next weekend here on 3LG. Peace.